Elves took down a Pauper tournament in Lima, Peru this weekend. Well, in honor of that, we're going to play Elves in Standard. And of course, Elves got one of their best friends just printed into Standard with Tarkir Dragonstorm. You know what I'm talking about. It's the Hoof, Craterhoof Behemoth. Let's check it out. The Hoof, the Hoof. The Hoof is on fire. Hey, welcome to the attic. ManaDad here. It's the channel where we explore what's fun in Magic, mostly on Arena. On Arena today, Standard Elves. I was going to say mono green Elves, but no. I tried Simic Elves because the Pauper list splashes blue without any blue land sources, just using friends like Jasper Sentinel, which we have a similar version with Citanul Stalwart, being able to tap creatures to add mana of any color. And we can add mana of any color with Llanowar Loam Speakers. And I did test that out, you know, threw in some negates and things, but it was not working. So I thought, okay, what's the other color we could add in black? And I was looking around, and Glissa Sunslayer is actually an elf, and there's a bajillion artifacts and enchantments in this format that we want to remove. And so what better way to remove them than with Glissa, which is just a super powerful card, but does die to lots of removal. But you know what else dies to lots of removal? All our little elves. So we're going to play a bunch of little elves. Hope that uses up the removal. Maybe they'll take out, this guy is a real removal magnet, Leaf Crown Visionary. And then maybe we can stick an Elvish Archdruid or a Glissa Sunslayer. We also have to deal with the artifacts and enchantments, Reclamation Sage, which is an elf. And I did try the Insidious whatever, that little one drop, but it's not an elf. So what we do have is our mana dorks. Now, this is a worse mana dork. It is 1/2 instead of 1/1, but this is our premium mana dork, Llanowar Elves. This guy we're going to have to tap to put an oil counter on, and then we can use it to untap lands. So it is what it is. Stalwart, because we're going to be flooding the board with creatures, with stuff like Dwynen's Elite, 2/2. If you control another elf, make an elf token. Because we're going to be flooding the board with creatures like that, we'll have them to tap with the Stalwart and hopefully build up to big mana. And what are we going to do with big mana? Well, we can cast the Hoof, 5/5 haste. When it enters, creatures you control gain trample, and +X/+X, where X is the number of creatures you control. That's a fantastic finisher in the deck. Also, Nissa Ascended Animist. We can play this. This also removes artifacts and enchantments, by the way, the -1. Don't sleep on that. But normally, if we're not going to win with it, we plus it and we start making big old creatures, which are equal to its loyalty. And then once we're ready with a big board of creatures, we give everything +1/+1 for each forest we control, and they gain trample. And of course, we got a decent amount of forests. I did go ahead and splash black, not just relying on all of the elves that make different colors, okay? One Tyvar stand is another great thing because Elvish Archdruid can produce an insane amount of mana in this deck. But what do you do with it? Well, if you have an X spell, all you have to do is attack with a bunch of these little elves. One doesn't get blocked, you Tyvar stand, and you get through. Otherwise, this is great to just protect something that we care about from removal. A lot of one-of fun-ofs. We got Fierce Empath is in Standard now, another best friend of Craterhoof Behemoth. So depending on how much you want to rely on Craterhoof Behemoth as your win condition, you could go up to 4 of these, and those are just basically 4 more copies of Craterhoof Behemoth. But a lot more castable because it's 3. And then Gwenna, Eyes of Gaia, is another mana dork legendary creature, so I'm only playing 1 of. And Imperious Prefect is another elf lord that can make elves. A little bit slow for Standard, but I just kind of wanted to give you the range of elf options. Also to produce black, we got Overlord of the Hauntwoods, just 2 of these, but that's another way to ramp and produce the black mana. Couple Cavern of Souls to protect our stuff from getting countered. And just a couple of Restless Cottages for that little bit of extra play against the board wipe decks. This deck really pretty much folds to the board wipe decks, but, you know, if if we have a Restless Cottage, maybe we're still in it. And they don't have whatever it is, Field of Ruin or something to remove the Restless Cottage. We're still in it. So, it's Tuesday. Typal Tuesday, as we call it on the channel. Our favorite types in Magic. We're going to play some Elves today. Wish us luck as we take Elves, Golgari Elves, into Standard.
Hey, it's me, Overlord of the Hauntwoods. Actually, haunting and overlording are just my hobbies. My day job is managing the YouTube algorithm. I try to make sure lots of negative, conspiracy-laden clickbait shows up in your feed. You know, nightmare fuel. Whatever you do, don't like, comment, or elder gods forbid, subscribe to a channel like this one, okay? We don't need your feed filled up with people who genuinely enjoy playing Magic like this so-called ManaDad. He puts deck lists and other useful links in the description. He even shows real win rate stats at the end of the videos. Yikes. Clicking on positive, helpful videos takes away from the time I could be spending haunting woods or putting my friend Writhing Chrysalis into draft boosters. But you don't have to take it from me. 9 out of 10 players who want to unban grief agree. Now let's see. What is your racist uncle clicking on today? He has impeccable taste. Let me send some of those videos your way.
It's 2025. It's Craterhoof. Still got the juice. And looks like we got a turn 2 Glissa if all goes well. Opponent is going first. Let's see. There's been a lot of removal tribal. Okay, well, they are Golgari, but not the kind that plays a creature on turn 1. And removal. Yep. Okay. Womp womp. We'll play the Loam Speaker, at least doesn't die to Burst Lightning. Slumbering Cerberus. Do that 5 times fast. And a Hunter's Talent. Taking out our mana dorks, but we can take out their... Take out their enchantment if all goes well here. All right. What did they do? They just upped their enchantment? We could go get the hoof with our empath. I think we're just on the play a million elves plan here. As I rev up destroy target enchantment. Boom. Okay, and they're passing. So let's Leaf Crowned. Attempt to draw a card off of this. Auto pay, tapping Leaf Ground. And Glissa smacking in. Let's draw a card. Okay. We can even play Rustvine. And if we don't manage to beat opponent next turn, we are set up for the hoof next turn. Teamer Battlecrier. And, they scooped it. We were going to hoof. Playing some elves in Standard. Standard Elves. Up against Coda 404. Coda not found. Hey, that movie won. Well, it's different spelling of Coda, but Coda, that movie won an Oscar. Won Best Picture. Snap keep. We'll definitely play Citanul first. Well, it takes a mully. I wonder if we're supposed to play Rustvine first, actually. It's going to be a couple turns before we can use Rustvine to ramp us. All right, we'll just 2 Citanul. This is a 1-mana elf. Infestation Sage. Oh, okay. Well. Loam Speaker Rustvine? And look, I've got a blocker. The other option there would have just been to play Overlord of the Hauntwoods. Maybe that's what I was supposed to do. Just excited to flood the board with elves. Flood the board with elves. We don't really want to trade off here. Okay. Oh, immobilized deck. That's fun. Ooh, Elvish Archdruid. Huh. Just straight hardcast Overlord of the Hauntwoods. If that survives. So, yeah, let's pass the turn. A little bit sad we didn't get a land there, but let's see what the mobilizers are up to. This guy won't let us cast spells during their turn. Okay, so they're going to take out the Archdruid. Probably wise. And they come in. And, it doesn't really matter how we block here. I don't think. Put an oil counter on it. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Can't quite do 5, can I? I suppose we'll cast this with Impending. And then if I untap this, I still can't cast anything. Pass the turn. Sad, they took out our big ramper. Yeah, she looked like she lived a good life though. Zahur, Glory's Path. Start your engines. Free sacrifice outlet, but only once a turn. You get a surveil. Okay. Coming in. Past the blockers. Block one of these guys. They'll surveil. I'll put an oil counter. Forest doesn't have reach, does it? So let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now I can hard cast Overlord. So let's tap this for green. Untap it. Hard cast a U. And no attacks. We're 2 turns away, right? We just play out all our elves, and then we'll have the next Overlord. We just have to survive for 2 turns here. Let's see. Vengeful Blood Witch is going to make it hard. And they're going to sacrifice... no blocks. Ouchie. Might have to play Nissa next turn and just make a big old creature. Stop these attacks on the ground. And we're down to 7. Ooh. Blooming Marsh is a tap land. Makes things even harder. Alright, so if we play these guys, can we survive long enough? To Nissa. Nissa, we only got, actually we got 4 forests, right? Because these are forests too. So it will be +4/+4 in trample for each creature we manage to keep. Let's hope they're out of worthy costs. That was pretty lucky for them to draw 2 out of 4. Gas Guzzler. And it's tapped. Thank goodness. Voice of Victory. Can't attack yet. Okay. Pass to blockers. I will gladly trade over here. And they can sack one of those guys. We'll take some damage from the Blood Witch. Are they gonna get a 2/2 zombie now? They got up to max speed. Alright, we're still alive though. Now the question is, can we actually could. No, we don't get 7 loyalty though. Blooming Marsh is a tap land. Okay. Well, let's just see if we win. Nope, not even close. We needed one more turn. Up against Chomp the Mighty. Okay. We go first with Llanowar Elves. That's what we like to see. The other reason to do black instead of blue is the Verge land that you get makes green naturally. Means you can always cast your Llanowars. Chomp, are you there?
I do not have time for this. I do not have time for you.
Chomp has taken a lot of mulligans. Next turn, Llanowar and Loam Speaker, potentially. Tap land. Oh. I think we'll still go Loam Speaker, Llanowar. If they are a true white and red control deck, though, they can absolutely just board wipe us with temporary lockdown. We can give it a shot. So here we go. Access to 6 mana. Hope for no temporary lockdown. Ooh, okay. So, how are we going to play this? The Loam Speaker. They could have temporary lockdown. We could try to do as much damage as possible and hold these guys back. I think that's what I'm going to do. Take them down to 7. Just end the turn there. If they don't have temporary, we should still be in good shape for next turn. Mistress Foundry. Okay. Well, no board wipe. Don't really have tricks here. Guess they can animate that to make it a 2/2. They can make that a 2/2. No, they can't turn that on. They don't have the right colored mana. So, do we just win here? Just swing all? Is this... Did I just play this? No, this is untapped. I wonder if you animate this land with Loam Speaker if it gets the whenever this land attacks. Okay. Opponent made us sweat it, but they didn't have it. Sometimes they don't got it. Elves in Standard. Let's go! Up against Atticus Finch. Atticus! You have to be named after a literary character. Atticus Finch is a great one. Great dad. One of the great dads of literature. Appreciate his dadliness. Now that I'm a dad. Well, we can leave Crown attack with Llanowar if they don't remove it. The big if. We are pretty light on lands. If we can get up to, I guess, we'll Overlord if they don't remove the Llanowar. Let's see. If Atticus Finch would kill a Mockingbird. Well, he won't kill a Mockingbird. He'll kill a Llanowar elf. Novice Inspector, okay. Took a while, Atticus. Very deliberate, lawyerly thinking from Atticus Finch. We'll just impend that. The opponent doesn't even know it's an elf deck. It's just like, oh, Llanowar into Overlord. It's some kind of Golgari ramp. Something or another. And they may be like some kind of Orzhov value. Can't recall the last time I saw Novice Inspector in Orzhov. I guess the Return the Past deck, the bring back all your little guys. Could be that. Hopeless Nightmare. And do I just lose a land? Do I lose Behemoth? Because we're not going to get to Behemoth for a while. Nurturing Pixie. Picks back up the Nightmare. Okay. It's a Pixie deck. Will... I want all of these guys down. I guess we can... Rex Sage... Blow up that. Maybe we were supposed to wait until the Hopeless Nightmare came down, but whatever we leave in hand is gone to the Nightmare, so let's get our card draw. And then just kind of hope they're out of gas after they play this Hopeless Nightmare. They miss a land drop last turn, they might be a bit stuck on land. Nowhere to run. Uh-oh. There goes Leaf Crowned. That was our card draw to get us back in the game. And they bounced nowhere to run? Okay, well, we'll at least get... Imperious Prefect can sit out and grab value. We can't quite play that and Overlord of the Hauntwoods. Guess we'll just straight up play Overlord of the Hauntwoods. And see if they want to trade one of their guys. Probably a bad trade, actually. We don't really like trading for Novice Inspector. Gonna be taking 4 in the air every turn though, so it's kind of a fast clock. I thought about, there's Thornwilled Archer, which is the 2/1 reach death touch. Okay, they take out Llanowar. And Momentum Breaker, making us sacrifice this. Okay. Well, we're getting taken to Value Town here. We can start to recreate a board. We're back with 3 creatures, but 11 to 19, and they're swinging for 4 in the air. It's going to be tough. Just getting taken down by pixies. Plus they got 2 damage there in hand with the Hopeless Nightmare. What do we hope to draw? I don't think we have anything that... no, land ain't it. We can turn a land into a 3/3. They're good gaming us. I don't think the game is over yet, unless they have 2 Hopeless Nightmares. Attack with just those, because we can use the Prefect to make another elf. And then if we get... oh, they have a Sun Pearl Kieran? Okay. Bouncing nowhere to run? Sure. What are they going to hit? Hit my land. That ain't no thing. I don't know thang but a chicken wang. And they hit us for 6. Are they smart enough to play their Hopeless Nightmare right after? They are. Okay. That is the ball. Up against Sesame. Open Sesame. Alright. We're going to be in really good shape if Llanowar Elves survives. I think that's going to be a big if, though. We can have Glissa on turn 2. Voice of Victory. This guy's popular. Hard to attack into Glissa, though. Urabrask's Forge. Interesting to play that now. Let's attack with Glissa. Wait a minute. Does that only blow up enchantments? Oh, it does. Okay. Well, luckily we have this. Take action. Yeah, that's right. This is the power of Glissa on turn 2. They're like, oh, I just can't... I'm just going to be on the back foot the whole game against a first strike death touch. Okay, who predicted it? 60% win rate with Elves? And I know, it's a small sample size, but it's too good to push it. We'll stop at 5 games here. Just 22 minutes played, so really fast. And 60% win rate, only 33% on the play. That's kind of weird. 100% on the draw. Were we on the play way more than on the draw? I guess we were on the play 3 times and on the draw twice, and we won both times on the draw. Weird. I don't know. Rustvine Cultivator. We just need more 1-drop elves. Hopefully they'll print a better one at some point. Citanul Stalwart also could be improved. I mean, I wish it was like a 1/2, like Jasper or Sentinel. Tyvar Stand. We didn't get to see that in action, but I feel like it should be good. I think we may need one more of either Nissa, Craterhoof, Tyvars, or Fierce Empath to go get another Craterhoof. That's my feeling, is that You really don't want more than one of those in a given game, but you just need to get the deck level correct. And at least right now, at least for these 5 games, it was working pretty well. Restless Cottage, we did get to activate, but I don't know how important that is exactly. As I said, we kind of fold to board wipes. I think this is a better best of 3 deck. You go and you put in your black, like, all your hand disruption, maybe from the sideboard, when you're up against decks that have the board wipes. And other than that, though, it was just so much fun to flood the board with elves. If we'd ever gotten Elvish Archdruid to survive in any games, you would have seen it just absolutely go nuts, which unfortunately there's just, especially in best of 1 standard, there's just so much removal. But we've seen, like, there's like the rabbit deck, which just tries to play threats and just get more threats and snowball, and doesn't really worry about removal. So maybe that's a strategy. Maybe we could go more in that direction. Certainly Glissa gives us a little bit of play against all the enchantment decks. And we saw Reclamation Sage do its part against artifacts. Even Imperious Perfect. Was I saying Imperious Prefect? Imperious Perfect, I feel like does have a place. It's just nice to buff all these little elves. So having another Lord effect, especially one that doesn't draw fire like Elvish Archdruid, is a good idea. The Loam Speaker, there's actually an 04 mana dork, so if you're worried about the -3/-3 removal, you could play that instead. I don't think that adding a mana of any color was super important for us. I think between the lands and the Stalwart and stuff, we were probably okay. So if you're looking to go more budget on this deck, that's a place I would cut at. And other than that, you know, Overlord of the Hauntwoods, you could probably shave those down and just put in some more rampy elves, especially if you've got like more Eyes of Gaia or something. But otherwise, I'm gonna be honest, that performed better than I expected. So hope you enjoyed it. I'm gonna put all the games in this video, even though I know like very few are gonna watch the end. So if you watch this far, leave a hashtag Elves Rule in the comments. This has been ManaDad, reminding you Magic is a game so fun, even dads can enjoy it. Adios.